Hello everyone, and this is our last video. I'm playing the saxophone. I'll be putting a few things together that we've talked about. One thing I mentioned in a previous video was playing with dynamics as far as volume, loud or soft. And when you start on saxophone, it's hard to be anything but loud. It really is, especially the tenor saxophone. It takes time to learn how to take a big breath, but then release your air gradually. That's why I mentioned practicing going and not letting your air just go. That way you'll get this explosive sound. But I also mentioned in another video about getting stronger here in the center of your embouchure, doing those exercises, holding your mouth in that position. Once you learn how to do that, you can control your sound better, and you'll find just over time, it'll be easier to play dynamics other than just loud. But when we play softer, and this will make sense in just a second, when I want my sound to be softer, here it is, a louder sound. Here's a softer sound. There was a big difference, but it was much more difficult for me to play softer because I had to take my mouth and just really be super firm without pushing up and just really cushion my lips around firmly around the mouthpiece. Then I had to take a breath and blow my air really evenly, but not as quickly. And it takes time for that to happen. That's sort of your goal through time. When you're a beginner, you just want to have a nice full sound and not worry about it being too loud, because it probably just will be on the loud side. But that's how we do dynamics. Really, it's our airstream and our embouchure working together. Our embouchure has to be more strong and more scrunched around the mouthpiece, almost like we're blowing through something tinier around than the mouthpiece itself. And instead of taking a big breath and releasing our air gradually, we'll take a smaller breath and releasing our air. In fact, it doesn't necessarily have to be a smaller breath. We just release our air evenly, but not with quite as much intensity. So that's volume on the instrument. One other thing about the mouthpiece, we mentioned trying to get that A and not only sustaining it for a couple seconds, but being able to sustain it nonstop when you're actually blowing into the instrument. Have that be a goal of yours. If you're playing the tenor sax, it'll be a step lower. And a bari sax will be even down to an E flat or a D. But an alto, we want to match an A. We talked about tonguing in our last video. Now what we want to try to do is apply how we learn to use our tongue with sustaining the mouthpiece pitch. So I'm thinking about lots of things. I'm using the part of my tongue that's most comfortable, probably for most people slightly back from the tip of the tongue. I'm thinking ooh with my mouthpiece. I'm thinking voo as I tongue. I'm trying to keep my air absolutely steady. And once I can do all that, and it's a long process, but it's just something you want to take it step by step by step. You will make it will make playing the instrument sound like it's kind of easy, even though we know that developing strong skills on an instrument takes a lot of work over a long period of time. You have to be patient with yourself. You have lots of great YouTube videos of great players either playing live for you. Some of them are grown-ups, some of them are kids similar in age to you are that you can model your tone after, and some are just recordings of professionals, audio only recordings, and those are great too. So enjoy playing the saxophone. And one other final thing is download an app on your phone that is a tuner so you can work on playing more in tune. The saxophone tends to be a very out of tune instrument. Once I tune the special notes we call our tuning notes in band, you will find that you will do that by how much you put the mouthpiece on, or how you might have less mouthpiece, but you'll find lots of notes that you haven't tuned to with the tuner. Some go high, some go low, and you'll always be making subtle little changes with your mouth to make them more in tune. And so don't think just because you're tuning notes in tune that all the other notes are going to be in tune on the instrument. You can check all the notes on your instrument with the tuner and learn to make adjustments along the way, because the saxophone does have a lot of notes, go higher or go low. So to make the instrument sound better, you have to make adjustments along the way. Good luck. I hope you found this is helpful, and I hope I get a chance to meet you someday.